It was just after 2 a.m. when the front door unlocking jolted me awake. The deadbolt turned twice. Then the sharp, measured tap of heels on the hardwood floor echoed through the dark. For a moment, I wondered if I was dreaming. Then I saw the clock. 2:03, glowing red, and reality hit. Rachel hadn't called. She hadn't texted. Nothing. Just silence. I stayed still, feigning sleep while my heart pounded like a drum in my chest. When the bedroom door opened, the scent reached me first. Perfume that wasn't hers, heavy and sharp, hanging in the air like smoke. She paused, voice low, almost smug. "Got the attention I wanted," she murmured. At first, I thought I had misheard. I pushed myself upright. "What did you just say?" Her eyes were glassy and distant, but her chin lifted with stubborn pride. "You heard me," she said. "You've been so busy, so far away." Tonight, I finally felt seen. Her words landed like a slow blade. The silence stretched until it hurt to breathe. I stared at her, the woman I'd loved for 12 years. The same woman who once traced my jaw with her fingers, who promised she'd never leave what we built together. Now she stood before me with smudged lipstick, trembling hands, eyes wavering between shame and defiance. Betrayal isn't always loud. It's not screaming or breaking glass. Sometimes it's quiet. The moment your heart slows and you realize the person beside you stopped loving you long before the night. I got out of bed without a word and walked to the hallway. Her suitcases were already there, neatly packed and waiting. I'd packed them earlier, not in anger, but because I'd stopped pretending I couldn't see what had been happening for months. The distance, the lies disguised as excuses, the irritation whenever I asked where she'd been. She saw the bags, confusion twisting into disbelief. "You packed my things?" I nodded. She let out a shaky laugh that didn't reach her eyes. "So this is it? You think this makes you strong? Just throwing me out?" "No," I said quietly. "It makes me free." Rachel had once been light, brightening everything around her. We used to talk until dawn about impossible dreams. A little house by the lake, kids, a dog growing old with us. But somewhere between promotions, endless deadlines, and the slow decay of routine, something between us broke. I tried to fix it. Flowers, date nights, trips, words. But she was already searching for validation elsewhere. In glances, in messages that had nothing to do with me. When I reached for her, she stiffened. When I said I missed her, she rolled her eyes and called me dramatic. I had learned that love can survive anger, but it cannot survive indifference. Under the weak glow of the hallway light, she looked small now, vulnerable in a way she probably didn't mean to show. "Ethan, you're not really doing this," she whispered. "Not at 2 o'clock in the morning." "You did this," I said evenly. "I'm just finishing what you started." Her lower lip trembled. "It was just a tension," she said, almost pleading. Nothing happened. I exhaled slowly. Something did happen. You stopped caring whether it hurt me. For the first time in months, I wasn't angry. I was done. I picked up the last suitcase and placed it beside her. "The taxi is waiting," I said. "I called an hour ago." She glanced around the house. The framed photos, the faint smell of coffee, the life we built together, and I saw the exact moment she realized it was over. When she stepped outside and the door clicked shut, the silence that followed was almost cleansing. I sat on the couch for a long time. The quiet was heavy, but honest, like the house could finally breathe. Heartbreak doesn't happen all at once. It comes in pieces. The first lie, the first cold glance, the first time you stop expecting her to come home, because you already know she won't. By the time the end arrives, all you can do is acknowledge the ashes. Morning came. Sunlight slipped through the blinds like it hadn't in years. I brewed 1 cup of coffee instead of 2. No ache, just a strange, steady calm. Her side of the closet was empty. The house was still. But for the first time, it didn't feel lonely. I checked my phone. No missed calls. No texts. Just a calendar reminder from weeks ago. Marriage counselor, 10 a.m. I deleted it. Around noon, a text came from an unfamiliar number. I didn't mean for it to end like this. I typed erase, then sent one line. It ended long before last night. "You just stayed to watch the credits." No reply. I didn't expect one. Over the next few weeks, people noticed a difference. My co-worker said I looked rested. My sister said my voice sounded lighter. Even the dog stopped waiting by the door at night. Strange how losing the wrong person can feel like learning to breathe again. Sometimes I drive past a cafe where Rachel used to meet her friends. The same one where I once surprised her with flowers. I never go inside. I don't need to. The past doesn't owe explanations. It already gave warnings. I've learned love isn't measured by how tightly you hold on. It's proven in the strength it takes to let go with grace. A few weeks later, one of her friends called me by mistake, thinking I was her. I almost hung up, but then I heard laughter in the background. Rachel's laughter, faint, familiar, but distant. It didn't hurt anymore. It just confirmed what I already knew. She found another audience. I leaned back in my chair, closed my eyes, and smiled. Not out of spite, but relief. For the first time in years, I wasn't performing, explaining, or apologizing for needing love that stayed. Now, when people ask what happened, I tell them the truth. She came home at 2 a.m., proud of the chaos she'd caused, thinking I'd beg her to stay. But I didn't. I simply pointed to her bags and remembered the version of myself who once believed love meant never giving up. Sometimes, the most peaceful sound in the world is the quiet click of a door closing behind someone who is never coming home again.